simplify, doesn't it? Why Saga? Why is it that got me excited about Saga? And then Stephen and maybe Justine or one of the other leaders, if you want to tell us just in a couple of like literally 60 seconds why you're excited, and then we'll get into the presentation. Is that okay? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds great.
Cool beans. All right, let's go then. So for me, yeah, I think you guys know that I signed up to Fraser Brooks's yearly coaching program. So Fraser Brooks is a very big network marketing coach. I wanted to make sure I was giving my team the best, and I wanted to, connect in with a big coach. And I really like Fraser. He's down to earth. He's English, which I think Australia and English people, we kind of get each other a bit, a bit more. So I was like, yeah, you're my guy. Let's do this. And I was talking to him about duplication. I was talking to him about making sure people got onboarding correctly, and how do I get my people to have more success and all of those things. So throughout the time, he knew that that was a big thing for me, and I was working very hard in the groups and trying to do trainings and trying to make sure, I was trying to set everyone up for success, which is a really big, it's a big thing if you haven't got it all there already. And so for quite some time, a lot of us leaders have been doing that. And then he said to me about 3, maybe 4 months ago now, it's been a little bit, there is something I think you should look at. And he said, I want to get you on a call with Matteo, someone who I've known for years. Matteo was working with Jessie Lee Ward and another person called Sasha, who they were working on duplication and systems in their own network marketing business. And I said, okay, I'm interested because I know who Jessie Lee Ward is. I didn't know Matteo or Sasha then, but they're very big in their company. But I understood that Jessie Lee Ward is very big on systems, very big on duplication. And I think that she was one of the biggest and best network marketers in the world. So I was like, I'm really keen to have a look. I got on a call with them just before the Australian and New Zealand launch, and I was super excited by it. I was intrigued. I thought this is interesting. It had everything that you could think of that you needed to create a network marketing business, but it was very, very simplified. Now, if you're thinking about network marketing for dummies, I'm not saying we're dummies, but when you start something new, especially in network marketing or any type of business, really, you need to have it really simplified, make it to like a grade 2, grade 3 level. Because again, we get as people, we can sometimes get really stressed out, and then of course our stress levels go up, our brain function goes down, and then we get all like a deer in headlights, and we don't know where to go, and we feel lost. And that's what I didn't want for people in the business. So I said, okay, I'm super excited by this. Let's have a bit more of a look at it. And I was asking questions, and in that process, whilst asking questions, getting a bit excited, but doing a little bit of due diligence, I had a three-way call with somebody that it was not in my team that happened to be in their network marketing company. And I recognized that. And while I was doing this three-way call with this lady, she wanted to buy the product. She didn't necessarily want to do our business, but she wanted to buy the product. And I said to her, oh, I just had a call with Matteo the other week. And she said, oh, I know Matteo. Just excuse me, I close this door. The dog opens it. And I said, yeah, he was talking about Saga. And she goes, oh, Saga. So she's been using this system in their back office for quite some time, right? And she said, I said, yeah, do you know Saga? She goes, yeah, it's amazing. It's brilliant. It's changed my whole business. And then to me, she didn't know that we were looking at this because this wasn't available to other people in other companies yet, right? So she had no idea yet. She was already giving it a glowing reference. So to me, I was like, ding, ding, ding. Okay, well, if I'm getting outside validation, they don't know that we're looking at it and they're saying how great it is. And I'm also getting Fraser and Matteo and all these people, these leaders that we understand, they know what they're doing, are saying amazing things. Then that makes me super excited, right? So that was, in a nutshell, why I started to go, okay, Stephen and Deborah and Justine, I got something I think we should look at. And so for the last few months, we've been checking it out, doing all the research on it, doing all the back end stuff, which is a bit of work. And we're just super excited to actually launch this and share this with you guys and the team. So that's my little story around this and why I'm super excited by it. There's a lot of other stuff there, but that was just in a nutshell what's happened so far. Do you want to share yours, Stephen, your story so far and why you're excited?
Absolutely. I I was watching a short Instagram reel the other day, you know, what I do too much of. Anyways, but this guy said this, he goes, oh, you want to be rich, get lazy. He goes, you want to be wealthy, get ignorant. And that sounds like a weird thing, but what we're talking about, it's like someone says, "Oh, you want to build something big? Hire a lazy person to do it." Why? So you can have systems, right? And really, the choking point in network marketing is systems, right? And this, put it a little more seriously, I believe that this system is going to allow us to be in more integrity because of this, right? When we offer a business opportunity to people, it should have multiple parts. It should have an amazing product, right? We got that. Amazing culture, got it. Company owner with experience and integrity, got it. But it should also include a system that doesn't require you to have a certain level of expertise before you join Vidify to actually have success with the Vidify, right? We should have a very clear, very predictable system to plug you into that if you follow it, you're good to go. So to hit some of the numbers on this, so they incorporated this in their team. I believe Mateo's team tripled in size, and he already had a larger team than I do already. One of the important numbers is they found that the time required for people to get to their first promotion, so just slightly larger than pro for us. They found that time on average got cut in half, and that also a significant increase in percentage of number of people who did it. Right. Now, initially, they had about 20% of their team doing it. Now they have about 70% of their team doing it. So this is to be super transparent. This is not simply a magic wand. Okay. You actually have to use the system, right? And lead, it doesn't absolve you of leadership. You have to lead your team also in using it. And our version of Saga right now is it's like still in 1.0. Does that make sense? Like we're like looking at today, we're like, "Ooh, yeah, that's not quite done. We thought it would be done by now." So the nice thing is we have the outline and structure in place that's proven to work. Okay. And now on the inside, we're going to just be keeping a fine tuning, fine tuning, fine tuning, fine tuning, fine tuning. But, I had this experience yesterday. I'm currently in Denmark, and I did a training yesterday. And the oldest person in the room, we're just honestly, it's like don't underestimate people's ability to screw up instructions, right? That doesn't change. Okay. So we are getting everyone on the link. I was like, okay, where's the link? Everyone's on the link. But the oldest person in the room, when they explained it to her, when we explained it to her, like, okay, you fill everything out and you read this and you do it and you check it and you read this and you do it and you check it to get set up. And then every day you go to the website and you click on daily tasks and you do what it tells you to do. She's like, oh, like the light bulb went click. She's like, oh, that's how I would build my business. Yes. Follow the instructions, click it. And she's like, it was like a light bulb went off her. She's like, that's amazing, because even, Patrick and I think we did a great training yesterday, right? But it's like people's ability to absorb it and follow through with it is like, oh, it was great. I'm like, well, what did you get? I have to look at my notes. It's like, can we simplify it to like check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark? And I'll give you another example. Like we have a lot of people on our team who are like, ooh, you mean I could use my Facebook page or Instagram to build my business? That's amazing. And they try and do it, but they're not doing what they need for it to actually work. Does that make sense? Like, oh, cool, you've been in my Vidify business for 2 years and you still have the same number of friends in it, and the only people who comment on your Vidify posts are people who are already on your team. Like, it's not working. But what they found, Sasha talked about a woman who was in their business, started from scratch, okay, on social media, and months later she's got like 20,000 followers on Instagram. And they're like, oh my God, how did you do that? She goes, like I followed my daily tasks in Saga. and did what it told me to do, and it predictably produced that. It's like, oh, okay. Because that's, you and I both know the key is consistency, follow up, and that's also building a social media platform. It's, can you do something consistently? Just keep plugging away until all of a sudden it goes click, right? So that's what I'm super excited about. I'm excited because I suck at following up, right? And I'm a good recruiter, but you better have some experience already because I'm not that good at, Rebecca, you're so much better at getting people into community and making sure they're trained properly. And so this is going to help me with my weaknesses, which is exactly that. So
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. All right. So Justine, do you want to quickly share what was exciting to you? Because I know you were like, it's Jessie Lee Ward. I love her. You're already a fan. So what was it that was really
Yeah,
exciting
I
to
was
you?
in before I knew anything about it. As soon as I heard that Jessie Lee Ward was one of the people behind it, I listened to her every day. She is one of my mentors. And so I was super excited. And probably for me personally and my team and becoming a leader in this business, I really want to show people from a place to build this business from what I'm doing, not just as a leader saying this is what you need to do, but I'm not doing it either. And I found that building a big business last year, especially when I was working full time, and with all the things that we had to deal with last year, I went into management mode a lot. So we were doing lots, but because of my ability to have records for everything and know exactly where I was at with that follow up or that lead or whatever, things fell through the cracks. And so when I found out what it was all about after I said yes, and then working out what it was all about, I just got super excited because I went, right, I'm going to be able to keep all my leads in one place. I'm going to know exactly where I'm at, and I'm going to be tracked. I'm going to be told what to send now and things like that. So for me, this I know is helping me to attract more business builders into the team because we're going to have a system that works, that is easy and duplicatable. And for people who have never done this before, they're going to have that guidance and confidence in it because we're all going to be doing the same thing. So, so really, really excited about this and I can't wait to get it all going.
Awesome. We have a lot more leaders that probably have a lot more to say, but we'll keep it at that for now. Maybe at the end we'll open up for questions and things. Okay, guys. So write down your questions, and then at the end we'll open it up, and Matteo and potentially other people who may even know more than us will be able to answer that for you. So, all right, we'll get started on sharing a lot about this system called SAGA. So SAGA actually stands for Systems for Action, Growth, and Automation. Now, if you already know a little bit about systems, this is what all of the big companies already understand. Systems and duplication are key. So if we can get more professional, it's just going to be a game changer. So firstly, the area in the SAGA, we'll call it a back office system. The first area that you will come across is called onboarding. And the onboarding is just like Stephen and all of us have kind of been saying, it's step by step by step, and it's chunked down so simply. It just looks like this. You go in and you open it up, and the first bit is a welcome with a minute video, a little welcome there. You tick it off. Okay, I've done that. The next one, and the next one, just little bite-sized chunks of information that you get to actually just tick off. You know exactly where you're at. You can always go back and rewatch it, but it's going to help set everybody up really nice and simply, and people are not going to slip through the cracks. So the onboarding is absolutely a game changer. It would be good if I had another slide here, but I'll be able to show you soon. So the onboarding area, if I can, I might even share my other screen here. Just give me a moment. The onboarding area, I'm going to pop it across here just to have a quick look. You pop it in and you just go straight in there. So it's a little bit of reading for the welcome, but you can see it's a 1 minute 20 video. Then the next one, then the next one, right? So you're going to go through, and everybody that's brand new will be able to just open that up, and we'll be able to actually just go, okay, here we are. This is exactly what we need to do. Does that make sense for people? Nice and easy, simplified, really, really organized. So there is no excuses for anybody to say, I don't know where this is, I don't know where that is, because if they've ticked off that onboarding process, they should know all the basics, just the brand new stuff. So again, if you're new, you know exactly where to go and you have clarity and everything's right there. The next part of SAGA that I think is going to be a game changer for us, because a lot of people who are not professional network marketers or professional marketers don't understand, how do we get leads? How do we get people to buy? Well, the first thing you need to understand in network marketing, the very simple thing, is that all business is conversation. But there is another way that people get leads or prospects through social media and through what we call a lead magnet. A lead magnet, now tell me, just maybe, give us a like or a love or something. If you've ever gone into, a reel, or you've gone into some sort of socials and it says, click here to get my free ebook, click here to get my free webinar, and you've gone, oh, I would like to see that. So you've clicked, you've put in your information, and then you've got an email with that freebie, whatever it may be. Yep. Most people have done that before. What you've done is you've signed into their lead magnet. You've actually got their free lead magnet, and now they've got your information. So now you are on their list, whether you know it or not. Usually then you'll start getting emails from them. Hey, how you going? How's your day going? How did you like that freebie? All of the rest. Now you're part of their system. That's actually what we have the ability to do with the SAGA system now. We actually have 2 lead magnets already, but we're going to be adding to that. We can have as many as we want. So we'll have lead magnets that you won't have to come up with yourself. That's actually part of the business that you can send to people when they ask for it. And there is a process to that, and there's a learning curve to that, and we'll be able to help to teach you that. So that's something you get with this program, and it looks a bit like this. It might be 10 different ways. Well, for us, it's about, there's product lead magnets and business lead magnets. And as people say, oh, I'm interested in the product and I'm interested in knowing more about this, they're going to sign in, you're going to get their details, and they become your lead. Is that making sense to people, how you would generate leads online? The other way, of course, we still have the basics. You still write down your list. You still have your people that you talk to, because all business is conversation. But this is a really amazing next level way to be able to get leads as well. Again, as you start to build your social media, and we teach you how to do that as well, as you start to build up your influence, you have this next level marketing material to be able to use at your fingertips. So that's part of the system as well. So if you're not quite sure what a lead magnet is, please make sure you reach out and we can go through that a bit more in detail as well. There's also an area called information pages, and that's how to inform your leads. So your leads say, yes, I'm interested. I want to know more about this product. I want to know more about this business. So you can actually send them a link that has the information already in there. So that information, this is the process that we're not quite finished. It's there, but it's not quite finished yet. But this information pages is going to be really very powerful. It's going to have customized landing pages, and you're going to be able to actually make sure that they go through the process. They've got all the information that they need to be able to make an informed decision. If they want to book a call and stuff from after that, that's when you can actually connect with them as well. So, and again, you capture all of this information. So now you have it in your back office to be able to say, oh, I've got a new lead here and they're interested in the business. Oh, I've got a new lead here and they're interested in the product. Do you see how that's going to simplify the process for everybody, right? So that's a really important step to understand. Now, if you don't track it, you can't improve it. Has everyone heard that before? If you're actually in business, you should be able to track everything. Okay, all business owners, no matter what business, they understand that tracking is really important. I don't know about you, but it's been very hard to track for myself. I've been doing it old school. I don't know how I've been doing it so far. I used to write them down, write down my leads, write down how many times I've contacted them. Some people have a spreadsheet. Some people are a lot more organized. Now, with the SAGA, you also have the ability to track your leads, to track your people. So now you get to actually manage them all in one area, all in one hub. So you have your people, your prospects, your leads, whatever you want to call it there, and you'll be able to see, are they a customer? Are they a business prospect? You'll be able to see last time you messaged them. You'll be able to add in a little note, I need to follow up in 48 hours. So you're never going to have people slip through the cracks again. They're all going to be in this system. You can also pick where you might actually want to email your whole list. You can actually pick where you can email. You need about 100 people at a time. So that's also in there as well. And you can start to track that, which is great. So you have that whole area for contacts. That's going to be next level. So you can finally track and keep all of that. The next part, and there's a lot of parts in this, guys, it's absolutely next level. It's everything you could think of, right? The next level is called daily tasks. So this is your action steps. This is where you go to if you go, oh, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do each day. What do I have to do in order to create a business? There are different challenges and different areas that you can choose, and they go for 30 days. Okay, so that's called a challenge, and it's part of the action step. So if I come on here, I'm going to show you just in the back here, communication, daily tasks. So you press on daily tasks, and you can see the challenges here. So you get to choose. So when somebody's new, you can actually pick the Rapid Pro First 30 Days Challenge. Okay, you can choose that, and then every single day for that 30 days, it'll tell you exactly what to do in these daily tasks here. Okay, first daily task, add to contacts. Make sure I add this. Reach outs. What do I have to do for reach outs? Oh, here's some ideas here. Once you've done it, you tick it. Okay, so that's how that looks. You might say, wait a minute, I've already done that. I've done the Rapid Pro. I understand the beginning. I want to go straight to Diamond. Great. You can pick that challenge. That challenge, if I'm going to press that, is a different daily DMO, a daily method of operation. So it goes through exactly what to do each and every day. Okay, so you actually just get to follow. It's just following and then ticking as you've done it. Okay, so there's different challenges depending on how much time that you have, depending on your drive and your why and your vision. So if you've only got 1 hour a day, you might decide to join our Power Hour Challenge, where we go through certain time limit on certain amount of things, right? And it just goes through step by step by step. There's no reason now why you won't understand exactly what to do each and every day. I've got 1 hour a day to work and on my business because I'm working a full-time job. Great. Here's the challenge for you. Follow this, tick it off every day, keep consistent, and watch as everything starts to grow. Someone might decide, you know what, I've got a heap of time right now and I just want to go all in. That might be a full-time professional mode, and it could take 5 to 8 hours. And now that isn't for the person that's just beginning. You would want to start them here, and maybe then the Power Hour Challenge, right? Maybe not up here yet, but there is different levels for everyone. So you get to choose. So I think that's super powerful. And again, it will tell you the daily tasks, and you just click on it. Okay, done that one, and then you tick it off. That goes onto your dashboard at the top, because everything's here. So the daily task that I just picked, I've done that much so far. So each and every day you'll come into the app, you can do it on your phone, or it's actually just a website, and you can see, okay, what do I have to do today? Done, done, done. Where am I up to? I'm only halfway. Okay, when can I put the next time in? Does that make sense to people? Super excited about the challenge area. Looks a bit like this. So again, it's just about getting into action and having clarity and clear action steps for you to be able to take to grow your team, to grow yourself, to grow your business. So we can add in, and as we start to grow and use it more, we can add in different challenges. We can add in a challenge for how to get into state every day. You want to add that in. You want to do a meditation. You want to do an affirmation. You want to do a prayer, whatever it is. You can choose that, and we can create that. You guys actually have to inform us as leaders, and we can create what it is you feel like you need, right? There's different ways to be able to use that. So everything in one place in the library. The library area is a really great area as well, where we're actually going to have all different areas for different things that you want to be learning, but also different potential videos that you want to be sharing. Okay, so this area is a really super powerful area as well. So I'm just going to close this up. So it looks like this in your back office. If you go into library, then you have all of these different areas that you can actually check in. So if you go into frequently asked questions and how to get paid, people usually want to know that. Here's some frequently asked questions. Here's the email. Here's the phone number. Here's the medical email, how to set up your e-wallet, and documents and how to do that, compensation plan, and videos. Really very easy and clear. Okay, what are the tools to share? Now, we do need to change this a little bit, Stephen. I just put a couple in there that you're going to change later. But again, opportunity video, you can just share that. Symbiofi webinar, interview here, or YouTube playlist, share button. See this little arrow here? So you've got all that area there. Some of these are not shareable. Some of these are just for training. So you might go in there and go, okay, well, I want to learn more about flow and what Stephen talks about. Here we are. Oh, you can actually share that one. You can't share this one. See how it hasn't got a little arrow there. So the different areas in the library, super, super important and an amazing resource there as well. So everything all in one, guys, it's absolutely incredible. The SAGA system, with having all of those details in there already and the training in there. Of course, you get the mentorship and the training from us as leaders. And like I said, I don't know how much having our network marketing coach would be. I know how much I pay for Fraser, which is in the thousands and thousands of dollars. But to have this actual system and the back end system, I mean, they're talking about $100 a month, but I know when I was doing my coaching, it was a lot more than that to have all of that, to have that kind of thing in one area. So usually it's going to be $35.99 a month, but I know that they actually said there's going to be a 48-hour discount for us at the very beginning. So this is in USD, so please be aware of that. There is a QR code there, or there's a link here as well. Do you want to pop that in the chat for me, Justine? Just the link, maybe? That might be really good. So this is what I'm recommending to do. This is what I have done. And I'm recommending, if you're serious about your business, if you're serious about growing it and serious about making sure your team succeeds, I would highly recommend jumping on whilst it's on sale. Even when it's not on sale, it's still absolutely incredible value. So I'm super excited about that. All you need to do to create an account is click on that QR code, or just this link right here, which Justine's going to pop into the chat, and then follow, create the account. And then once you've created the account, you will select a plan. Okay. And that is the one that's on special right now. When people join later on, because I got this question asked, when people join later on, I believe there's like a 2-week trial period. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Matteo, a 2-week trial period, and then they can choose whether they want to go monthly or a yearly subscription. So you can actually choose that. I'm just going to, sorry, the dog keeps opening the door and it gets loud. So that's something to know. So they'll actually get to have a check on which one they want. So if you choose build yearly, that's the discount you get at the moment. And this is what it would be normally if it was build monthly. Okay, so obviously I'm talking about doing it yearly would probably be a better value. We also have training calls for this whole week for Australia, New Zealand, and Europe. This is going to be great timing. I did speak to Brenda, and I'm sure she's going to speak to Stephen about potential training calls where we're going to help you just to make sure people are feeling comfortable, understand how to pop in their contacts, understand how to actually create the account and go through that. And of course, like Stephen said, that first couple of weeks, we are going to be, checking on what are people understanding? What do people need? And if we need to add more things in, we can. And if we need to take things out, we can. And if we get someone asking a very similar question over and over, that means that we need to actually add that in somewhere, and we will do that. So are there any questions? And Matteo is here to
got some in the chat back already.
Excellent. So, okay, let me have a look here. Are there guides for offline marketing strategies, not social media? Well, I'm going to just be frank with you. There is actually an area that I've put in there about doing, say, a home-based party or something like that. There is a lot of trainings that will go towards doing that. But if you're looking at building a network marketing business in the quickest and best possible way, I would highly recommend using social media. That's just the way where it is right now. So social media is definitely where it's at. What is the URL for each person? They get to choose that as they go through and create their SAGA account. Is there a trial period? For this special, I don't believe there is. Is that right, Matteo? But normally there is a 2-week trial period. Is that right?
Yes, it's going to be activated soon, but not yet. We're launching. We're having you guys, you leaders, you people already in the business committing to that. And then whenever you guys understand the system for good, it will be indeed like a program, like very good, very intense program of training for you guys to understand that. And in 15, 30 days max for the newcomers, we'll add the trial period.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, be a 2-week to 4-week trial period coming in the future. When people join, like say in a month or 2 time, and we get new people in, and they say, we talk about, hey, you've got to get into SAGA. Will there be a trial period that they can have it and then they can decide to join after that? Does that make sense? Yep. Okay, that's what I thought as well. How many devices can you use? You can use as many as you want, because it's all, you just go to the actual website and it shows you how to put it onto your screen as well. It's all in there. So, and if there's something not in there, we'll add it in. Can you please tell us how to import Facebook and Instagram contacts to the SAGA system? So there is an area where you can put this Instagram. The Facebook is still coming. So there's a lot in this back area. WhatsApp, messages, email, Instagram, and Facebook is in, is that coming? When is that? When do they say that's in progress right now? Is that right? Yes, okay. Matteo, yeah, in case you couldn't hear. So that's actually in, there's a word that you called it, but I can't think of what it's called right now. It's in the process. So that'll be super great. But what I've done is I've got a lot of people that so this is old school, very, very messy. I've got like lots of lists here. So I'm literally spending the time to type it out and put it in there because it's actually reminding me about the people as well sometimes that have slipped through. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm actually doing that and adding that to my contacts manually. You can actually import contacts from your phone, import, emails and things like that and add that in all in one, which is great as well. There's not a specific app, Renee. It's actually more like a website. Is that correct, Matteo? And you just have that. I just have it on my phone and I put a little, an area where it's just, I just click on it and it goes straight there.
Yeah.
But
I would call it a web app because you can always have indeed, as you said, like the way to put it just on your phone, like if opening it up, like if it was an app, and it's a super mobile friendly, of course.
Yeah, it's definitely mobile friendly. So it just comes on your phone and you can just see, okay, I've only done that much of my daily task today. Get to work, I press on it. What do I have to do next? Oh, okay, I've got to do this one. I've got to do this one, right? So it's really, really easy. And if someone wants an info page or something like that, I can just go straight in, press library. Okay, they want to know more about this. I'm going to go to my tools to share and I'm going to go, oh, yep, I'm going to share that opportunity because I like that. There you go.
Yeah, put it on my phone as it's actually a web page, but I put it on,
Web
they
page.
teach you how to put it on your phone home screen. So when you push that as if you're pushing an app icon on your phone, it pulls up the website automatically.
So it is pretty much like an app. Yeah. And
You don't find it in the app store. So
okay. Okay,
yeah.
and I have recorded this as well, guys, so people can check it out. Okay. Okay. App states email purchases US $5. No, there's no app. So don't go to the app store. It's not an app. It's just that it's the saga.app.goldenglobalteam register /register. We'll put the link in here again.
I
And
think
yes,
sorry, Beck, just to talk about that $5 because I just bought mine today a couple of hours ago, and there is a box to tick and it says $5 a month next to that box when you go to upgrade it to the yearly subscription. So I didn't tick it, but yeah, that's probably what they're talking about.
Okay, I didn't see it when I updated mine.
So
So I'll
I
check that out.
know there was an upgrade available if you need to send, like for example, there's I have over 100 entrepreneurs that I personally enrolled. So when I imported all those into Saga, if I wanted to send more than 100 people off the bat a text, then because that costs them more money to, if you're putting in like hundreds of people that you want to send emails to or something, that costs them money. So correct me if this is wrong. So there's a way to upgrade your account so you can do more.
That is only, let me get in here, Stephen. Justin, that's a good question. It's merely for the emails. So if you want to use more than like you have as a basic, like you can shoot 100 emails at a time. But if you want more, so if you want to get to shoot 1,000 or like 2,000 or 5,000 emails, you just have to upgrade that with a very small cost, like as you saw, like for example, $5. Just because emails, like shooting emails are it's just costly. That's it.
Yeah.
That makes
What
sense.
about text?
But like
Does it cost? So to send more
Sorry,
text,
Steven.
it doesn't cost more money?
No, text, WhatsApp, or anything else, like it's completely free. And like even an email one-to-one, you can still shoot emails like without any more cost.
Yeah. Like, Matteo, when you were talking about this and you were trying to put it together, you were like spending like $700 a month to get all these programs. And it's totally true. I mean, I would have been willing to somehow get a texting program to text everybody on my own and I would have spent way more than I'm paying for Saga, and would somehow have to get all the contacts into that. And I'd spend half my time playing with 6 different programs to try and do what we're doing for freaking cheap. It's like amazing. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Someone asked about different languages. That's a really good point. It's very easy to now change this to different languages. We wanted to get the English one done first. And then once we've got that a little bit more refined, we've already got some people that volunteering in different parts to help to create the videos very similar, but in the different languages. And then you just click on the flag, isn't that right, Matteo? So it's very easy. It just changes over.
Yes. Yes, that is, and I believe, sorry, like I'll add something here. I believe it just, of course, now it's something new. So, but in the next week or next weeks with the trainings, and that will be very important, your presence there. Like you learn how simple it is, all these different steps on how to use like the different functionalities and the upgrades with the emails and all the rest.
Yeah. So, and that was one of the other reasons that I was excited by it, because if you go into a whole new country and you don't know how to speak the language, I mean, there is already AI programs that we could actually just put that on top of the video we've already got, and it would literally speak it in that language. So we can change it to any language. It will take some work, but we're very willing to do that, especially as we're opening new markets and things, which I think is going to be great. Lynn said, can we use it for multiple businesses solely for Vidify only? This is a Vidify program because we created for Vidify, but your emails, you can put anything in your specific emails. Is that correct? Yes, your emails.
You can personalize however you want. Like if you want to send emails about, I don't know, the fact that you're having a baby and you want to invite all your friends or like through Saga, you can do that. Just as like,
yes. And yes, we are going to have regular trainings, and there will be trainings, like I said, 4 trainings that we've already put out for next week, and a training for trainers. And then, of course, there'll be the leaders will understand it. And then if we need to do more trainings, we'll just do them and we'll have them recorded. But it's very intuitive. It's very basic, and it breaks everything down. So once you actually start getting in there, I think you'll understand it and go, oh, it's not actually as hard as I thought. It's designed to make it very easy for people. So I'm pretty excited about that. The offer is for 48 hours. And what else is there? Is there anyone to sign up special? I think we've already gone through that. Who is keeping this up to date moving forward? We've got, Heather, we've got quite a few of us leaders that have admin ability. We'll be keeping it up to date, and we'll be able to keep, ask Matteo and all of those guys if we need anything else as well. And if you want to email more than 100 people at once, then you can upgrade that, and it might be an extra $5 a month or whatever it may be, depending on how many people. But you could also have different lists. So you could have a list for customers, a list for prospects, a list for people starting with the name A, a list for people starting with the name B. You don't have to overcomplicate it, but you could have different lists there.
So, question for you, Matteo. When emails are sent or texts are sent through the system, is there a prompt for people to unsubscribe from that communication if they want?
That's right. Yep, correct. Indeed, if you see in your email broadcast functionality in Saga, you have action analytics. You see how many people received your email or did not receive or got into spam, and how many actually unsubscribed as well. So yes.
So question for you. So, I don't know if everyone knows your story, that you were a successful but overworked entrepreneur. Then you look at network marketing, you're like, ooh, maybe give me some freedom. You build a big business very quickly, but you're like, crap, I don't have any freedom again. And that's why you created this. How, moving forward now in your network marketing business, this may sound like a strange question, but how do you feel about your business now that you have a system in place, right? Because that's what I think a lot of us go is like, okay, could we have a successful business and actually be relaxed and not always like be thinking, wait, there's something else I have to do perpetually,
Yeah, so great question. First of all, I'll respond like getting back to the end of 2022 when I personally launched Saga in my organization. Okay, which is with Sasha. We all launched Saga in a worldwide organization in our company, and it was already like a huge relief. And I want you guys to think that Saga that you see today is definitely not SAGA that it was at the end of 2022, right? But already back then, with a few functionalities that there was back then, it was a huge relief. Like I really started feeling, oh my God, now I can get back scaling, which was what my problem indeed when like you heard my story that I said, oh my God, I'm building like. Mine is flowing fine, like I'm growing and everything, but I'm building around me a golden cage because the more I grow, the more actual work I'm putting on my shoulders for one single reason, because I didn't have like systems. And what SAGA allowed me then when we launched, it was to just have a system that just put a lot of work off of my shoulders. And again, I always say, not because I don't want to work. Like I don't know who like I'm actually a workaholic, likely or like fortunately or unfortunately, but I just hate not doing a work that is effective. I don't know who is with me. Like drop a 5 in the chat if you like to spend your time in a way that actually then like you get a good return. And so yeah, and nowadays I'm always more excited because as much as SAGA grows, and here like I put a hint for you all. Like I loved what you said in earlier in the chat, Steven. Like this is SAGA 101. So like this we are at the stage where you guys have to understand, learn how to use, and then get to implement in your business like this incredible tool and system. But then SAGA grows with you, like it's your system. So whenever you guys like you have you person like or like your newcomer just get to have a need, a specific need for their business,
Sure.
like you come to us like and we develop that. If that's something that makes sense and actually helps the community, helps like our businesses to make things faster, easier, and let us use our time better. That's how like SAGA will develop over time. And it's crazy for me seeing like how I started with SAGA at the end of 2022 and now it's today, and now we grew with it. It's just like a super, it's very satisfying on one side, and on the other side, of course, it's helping grow the business, scaling in just all a different level. I hope that answered your question.
That was perfect. Yeah.
All right. So is there any other
I-
questions here that we need to answer?
You know, for
Emily
me,
is asking if the special offer goes for the first 12 months. Does that happen every year or does it go up next year?
The $19 a week.
Yeah, no, $19.99 a month. So you pay the
Oh, sorry, month, yeah.
$238 a year. Does that roll over every year or will that get increased after that?
That's a good one for
Justin?
Matteo.
Yeah, I'll respond to that. So as per now, it's just like it's merely a super special offer for your launch. Okay, so for you guys, for early committers, you say, okay, like it's a no-brainer. It's a system that we're gonna use like with the whole team. I want to use this. I'll commit to the whole year, and that's pretty much it. Like next year, that's a suggestion though. Like again, these are things that we can always talk about. It's not planned from now to 1 year. Like I believe SAGA will make the pasta and the lasagna. Like just inserting some something in there. Maybe I'm just joking, or like whatever AI or something. So we don't know how things will develop. But for now, it's like for the next 48 hours. That's how I'll just answer, short answer.
Thank you.
So these guys are adding to this whole back end, like the functionality is getting added to all the time. They've got a lot of things already in the pipeline, such as the Facebook contacts. Now, Facebook and Meta, that's a whole nother ballgame. You're not allowed to, you know, there's different legal things you have to be aware of with contacts and things. So they have to get around all that to be able to add it in. So there's so many new things that are going to be in the pipeline, what Sasha was saying as well. So as you think of something that would be really handy for your business, we need that feedback, and so does Matteo, because we're at the very early stages of this. And what I seen, to be honest, guys, I would have paid $35, $40 USD a month just to get my tracking on board, just to actually have my contacts in one area and actually go, okay, I'll follow it up with them, because the follow-up is one of the biggest things that I was finding very difficult when you have a large team. And actually doing your personal production when you have a large team is sometimes it's just left, and all of a sudden you're not in your own, you know, doing just the daily simple stuff. So I would have paid that. I said to the guys, I would have paid that just for that one thing. But having everything else in there and being able to scale with it. We have 2 lead magnets right now, and Karen, I know you're really great with this stuff. If you guys think of a lead magnet and you want to create it, bring it to us. We can add as many lead magnets as you want. Karen, you might say, I have a grounding system where if people go out and they ground for 2 minutes and then they do this meditation and they do this, then they align to their best version of themselves, and then they can go out and become a CEO of their business. Great. That's a great lead magnet for people that want to be a conscious leader in the network marketing space. We can add that in. We can do that. Anything you actually feel like is connected to business or is connected to product, we can create it. So anything that you guys, I just feel like that's next level. And yeah, I'm excited because this is only the beginning of SAGA for us, and it's only the beginning for us. And a lot of us, I feel like it's going to be a good relaunch, because we've had so many things going on. We've been, really going flat out for so long. Now we go, okay, it's really simple. How can we relaunch our business right now? This system here is bringing our business of Vitify, which is still a very small family-owned little business, is going to bring us to that next level of professional. We're not one of those big companies yet, but having this system in place and having it available to people will now get the bigger network marketers going, oh, they're getting their stuff together. Let's have a look at this. They actually have a duplicatable, very easy to follow system that's part of their business. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a big deal.
I would say that's a huge deal right there, in that, someone who's done network marketing for a very, very long time, I'm like, oh, cool product, but your marketing sucks. And if I were to do this business, I'd have to create a whole bunch of systems and do a whole bunch of marketing, and that sounds like a pain in the ass. But no, thank you. Maybe I'll take your product, but there's no way I'm doing that business, right? And so that's a huge part of, remember what your prospects go is they go, can I do what you're doing? Do I have the time? Would I get help? Would I do what you're doing to me, my friends, and family? And so with this, you'll go, yes, 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 yes. Sounds good.
That's what I'm
Yes,
excited about as well.
yes, there is a help section on there.
Beck, someone asked, is it recommended to have this and boards?
Well, boards is still there because boards has a lot of the scripts and stuff. Some people, we're still going to have the boards and we're still going to have the Facebook pages for right now. Okay, so we've still got the groups and everything, but I don't know about you guys. In the last couple of years, a lot of people don't actually like Facebook. A lot of people don't want to go into Facebook groups. So we've got an option for them as well, right? People can build their whole business and not be on Facebook anymore, which I think is really important. So we didn't really have that option before. Everyone was kind of in Facebook a lot. And when you're looking at a global sort of trend, unfortunately or fortunately, Facebook is not really on the trend. It's like WhatsApp, Instagram, other platforms are actually more trending than Facebook. Facebook's kind of going down a little bit. So we have options now that are available to everything and everyone in different platforms. Will we get rid of all that stuff? No, we still have it available. You can have a free boards, app. You're with one board now. That's changed, but you can have that still. And I still recommend that you have that for the scripts. We're still going to have our calls. We're still going to have power hours. We're still going to be doing what we normally do, especially for the first 6 to 12 months while we're really integrating this and making it part of our culture. Then we will reassess and say what's working, what's not, because that's what we do in business anyway. We have to be ready to pivot. We have to be ready to be able to move with the times, no matter what's happening. And that's what we're able to do now. We're able to go into different countries. We're able to say, even if you're not on Facebook, you can do this business. Even if you're only just starting out, you can do this business, So that's what's really exciting.
One thing that we're working really hard on is to simplify, and then simplify again, and then simplify again, and then more. So one of the problems we have right now is that, oh, well, where's the link to the call? Or where's this? And I got to go over here. And you spend half your time running around. So for example, I made a very, very simple link and site for pictures, and I put that in the library, right? We'll put, oh, you wonder where the call is? Well, there's an events page also in Saga. Okay, so you're gonna have to run around wondering what's going on today. Like, oh yeah, when is the Vidify call? Now it'll be under events, right? So we want people to, in their overwhelmed world, we don't want Vidify to be another thing that overwhelms them. We want them to go, oh, so nice and easy. Yes, let's do it. That's the thing. So it's all about activation energy. Why is our product so amazing? Because it's just a little bit easier to simply put the drops under your tongue or in your coffee than it is to walk literally 2 steps over your supplement cabinet and unscrew bottles. And that sounds like tiny, a little bit of extra work, but it changes everything. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So just in the back here, sorry, my dog's going to break the door down. Got dogs or kids always interrupting me. Stay-at-home business. It's what always happens. So in the back end, I'll quickly show you ours here. So just here, for example, you've got a calendar, a team calendar. So what you do need to put into your calendar, if you are going, hey, that's me, I'm jumping all in, I'm going to back myself, I'm going to jump in, I want to build a team, I want to build a business, all of that stuff, and you want to follow the leaders and the people that already understand this, you'll be all in. These are the days that we have our trainings. You can just jump on there and you can actually have a look. Oh, okay, we have the official launch early at 5:30 a.m. my time. It's like 4 p.m. for North Carolina. We have another one tomorrow morning that me and Justine will do. And then tomorrow night, we have the first training call at 6:30 my time, which is 7 p.m. for Victoria, where we do a training. And then you can go, okay, the next day, what have we got? That's a leaders training. Okay, and then we have a second training here. So it's going to go through a little bit more about the library and how to use the library. Then we have another one here, and it's going to go through about the info pages and how to use it. Then we have another one here where we can go through landing pages or whatever it may be. So each one of those is actually already here in the SAGA system as well. And we actually have a little picture as well that explains that. So we have 4 different times over the next week that in Australia and New Zealand, and Brenda's getting back to me when she can do a couple, and I might get up early and do a couple for USA in that time zone as well. So we can actually go through this with you. But once you get into it and start following it, you're going to find it's very intuitive and quite simple. Okay, so I don't want people to freak out that it's going to be hard. Is it going to be something new to learn? Yes. But once you've learned it, you're going to be really, really excited for that. And you'll be able to move it. So is there affiliate system? No, I asked that. I asked if I could buy shares because I think it's going to change network marketing, but Matteo did not let me. So um, what's the
Peter
website?
has a question. Go ahead, Peter.
Yep.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I have a question about on the dashboard. You saw the times of the Zoom, but I found out 2 minutes too late that the Zoom was now, so I couldn't get in. It will be recorded, I guess. Also, I also put a base in what time it should the Zoom is, because I couldn't find it. Here
Okay.
is Central. Here is
Yes.
in Europe, but yeah.
So that's a great point, and something we might work on clarifying on the system. For example, people will probably have their computer on the wrong time zone or something like that. So maybe we can put the time zone behind the time on the event. Does
That
that
would be
make
great.
sense? Otherwise,
Yes.
because I just looked at myself and it looked like my computer is correctly telling Saga what time I'm in. And so for me, currently the event was correct. But especially if you travel or for some reason your computer gets in a different time zone or something, that could screw all that up. So I'm sure they're thinking of solutions already for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So like what you said, Stephen, it's correct. Peter, good question. The calendar is set exactly at the time that is like your computer at. So even if Rebecca from Australia like sets that, and somebody in the UK like will have just the specific time indeed like in their time zone. That's the thing. Now, like the traveling thing, if you are on the plane, then you land and your computer didn't change yet the time. That's another story. Not really that easy to check, but it's like very specific situation. So in general, like with the calendar in SAGA, you'll be able to just track the time and the trainings correctly.
I have another question. Where is the Zoom is recorded? Where will it be showed?
I'll make sure that everyone's got that recording. And if we'll put it in the groups and we'll put it in the boards and we'll put it in the chats and we'll make sure that everyone's got the recording.
You put a video.
Thank you.
Yep.
May I, Rebecca? Also, in Saga with the section of the latest news. The recording can always be shot in there, and you always get an email reminder of that, and also like a pop-up whenever you get in Saga with the specific recording or whatever, like your leaders want to communicate you, which in this case, like you were asking about.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, I will. I'll pop it in there. Yep.
By the way, that's amazing because there can be massive deliverability issues from Vidify to the field. Everyone's always complaining, I didn't get the email, I didn't get this, I didn't get the text. And hopefully we'll find that if you log on, you'll have the latest news right there without it getting lost in your email folder like mine is like a hot mess. So,
Yeah, mine is too. Yes, Karen, it is integrated with your Vidify shop and everything like that. Absolutely. And just follow the process and all of it's there. So when you send out a lead magnet, it's all connected back to you. And of course, that is connected. When you send out your link mate, that's connected to your shop and connected to your actual link for Vidify.
so Zoom user Larry B has a question. Yeah.
Hi everyone. It's actually Rehema. I mean,
Yeah.
my husband and I are watching it from his computer.
I didn't think your name was Larry, don't worry.
Don't be too sure.
These days, I'm sorry if I assumed your gender, but that's
I'm fairly new, and my sister and I are working together on this. And I just popped out a question. I just was seeking clarity. Can two people have one account, at least initially?
it
Your
would
leads
only
will go
go
into
back
yours.
to one Vidify shop page. So you can't have it linked to multiple Vidify accounts. So if you and your husband are working on one Vidify account, you can both have the same login and log into Saga and both use it, but you'd have to take all your leads. All your leads would be lumped together. All your downline would be lumped together. So everything would go together. It wouldn't separate the two of your activity and leads as separate in the system. Is that accurate, Mateo?
Just to see clarity, again, I'm ignorant about the terminologies. When you mean lead, you mean a customer?
No, a lead like
Potential
whether it's
customer?
potential customer, potential partner. So if you put someone in and your husband puts someone in, they're mixed together. They're not like, oh,
Yeah.
Larry's leads and my leads. It's all would all be under our leads, our Vidify link, our
So
Saga.
Saga doesn't separate it, or is it a function
No,
of how you place it?
it's just one link per account. So you have one Saga link and one Vidify link
Yeah.
per account. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but you can both certainly log on from different devices and use it. Yeah.
Cool.
Karen asked if they can look at the email campaigns. Well, we don't have specific email campaigns because you can create your own, but we do have emails that go out with the lead magnet, for example, and you're quite welcome to have a look at that. And I created them from ChatGPT. So if they're no good, you tell me I can change it. Because yeah, we've only just, been creating all of this, and we're very happy to change things, and we're very open to constructive criticism. So please, by all means, do that.
Graziella has a question.
Hi, everyone.
Unmute.
Thank you. I just wanted to know, because I'm not very good with computers at all. I'm a bit of a dummy. And so the 1999, when I went in to actually purchase for the month, doesn't come up, comes up as 29, I think, dollars for me.
$19.99 is if you pay it for the year per month price.
Okay. See, I would love to trial off first though. Yeah, because it's a bit of money when I would like to use it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's only 48 hours that special is for. If you want to trial it, you can trial it for free for what, 2 weeks, is it, Matteo, or 4 weeks? If they don't jump into the paid versions first, is it 2 or 4 weeks? I sort of jumped.
Sorry, Becca, like I lost what's the 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, is
Yeah.
there a free trial period for 2 weeks or is it 4 weeks?
2 weeks.
Two
Yeah, and
weeks.
yeah, will be like 14 days, and we're gonna introduce that soon. It will be
Okay.
like it will be mostly like, of course, done for newcomers.
Yes.
As
So
for example,
Matteo, if I pay for the actual year, the whole year, then I trial the 2 weeks and I find that it's too complex for me, can I then unprescribe?
what I would suggest in this case, Graciela, is just go for the monthly. Right now, just try the first month, like as it is, and then like eventually you'll commit afterwards. Like
But
I
that
think
means
that
I'm still getting the
Yeah,
special though.
because like the two free weeks is not yet active. It's gonna be
Oh,
like in some weeks. Okay, so if you wanna go through all the trainings like that these weeks are going to go on and like learn how to use it for good with your leaders guiding you step by step, I totally suggest you to at least commit, even if it is like with a monthly. It's for your business. Like you want to grow your business. It's just like one sale or few sales of your product. So I think it's worth it. Then eventually we'll commit for the whole year, like afterwards, if that makes sense.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I ask a question, please, Matteo?
Yeah,
You're
go
giving
for
us
it.
48 hours for this special. I have someone that I might be signing up soon. Can you just extend it a bit for us?
So I saw that question like already like from different of you. So if the 48 hours offer can be extended also for newcomers. This is something that internally with Rebecca and Steven we can talk about, like specifically for newcomers having a
SAGA.
special price for them to
SAGA
commit
is a
for the
system.
year. I'll tell you, like it's something that
Thank
You
you.
muted yourself.
SAGA is a system to track.
oh my God, I was talking like, sorry guys, I'm talking this whole time of being muted. Where did you get at? Like you didn't hear nothing at all.
Italians,
I had
it's
my
the
mute.
danger of the Italians talking with their hands, you know.
You said you're definitely going to do it for us. That's what you said.
Yeah. So I was actually saying something like that. I saw different comments in the section of this kind, and I think it does make sense. What we will do is talking internally with your leaders, with Rebecca and Stephen, and maybe make it happen. I think it's something like I saw different of you requesting that. If it is something like to have the newcomers committing, it would be something that we could extend after all for like forever, or let's see. I don't want to promise you that because I cannot take this decision right now, like as with two feet on my shoe. But it's a good suggestion. I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, one way or
Yeah.
another, we'll definitely need to have a lot of clarity on when the actual offer does end, because 48 hours is very vague. This way, people all over
Yeah,
the board.
an actual time zone. Yeah, because we're going to launch it tomorrow morning my time for USA, so they might think it's 48 hours from there. So we might get back to you on the exact time and day. Matteo won't guarantee that because he might get his head chopped off because he's not the only one that is not just his business. So he has to check with his people as well. We don't make any money from this. This is their business and they've created it. So they have to check with their people in their business and double check that. Personally, I would always go back to let's not do the hokey pokey. If you are here and you actually want to build and you want to make a commitment, if you actually buy it, you will commit to doing it. And it is not complicated because I'm actually really bad at doing computer stuff and I can do it. So I know that you guys can do it. But again, it's a mindset. And if you decide, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to learn, I want to be a professional, commit to it and then make sure you're doing it. And each and every day, all you need to do is just a little bit of work.
So
to
I'll
learn
tell
that.
you, I'll age myself at the moment. I've been doing network marketing long enough that when you first were growing your network marketing business, you're like, we're making some money this month, and you get your phone bill, and you'd be like $1,000 for all your long distance calls. You're like, shit. And now with the press of a button, I can like email and text like 200 people. I'm like, it's like nothing, it's like so cheap. It's incredible. So
Yeah, I know when I owned people, if anyone's owned traditional business or something like that, you will understand, and it's cliche, but you've got to spend money to make money. And if you're not all the way in, you're not going to have results. So you're either all the way in or you're not, and that's okay. We're not here to judge anyone. We're not here to do anything. But if you do decide you want to go all the way in, 1 year subscription to this, it might seem like a lot of money, but actually it's not a cost, it's an investment. And there's a big difference with that. So you have to understand.
Let me say this, and this is to be just very upfront, and I hope no one will take it rude. So moving forward in my business, if someone goes, "Oh, I want to do the business," I go, "Okay, well, we do SAGA." And if someone goes, "Well, I don't want to spend that amount of money," I go, "Oh, well, the nice thing is people can have hobbies that they do make a little bit of money from, and so what you actually want is you want a network marketing hobby. So just understand that that's what you're doing. You're not business. And well, that's fine. You can have a hobby, you can connect all the Facebook groups, all the boards for free and play around, and that's great. We welcome you to do that. But if you want my attention to really help you build a business, then we do SAGA. Otherwise, you're asking me to do a lot of extra work, which it's not even efficient or effective. So Peter has a question.
I'm a bit the same. Yeah. I'm a bit the same as you, Stephen. As a leader with lots of people, we only have a limited amount of time. And so our time is given to the people that run and actually show up. So the people that go, "Oh, I'm just going to come in here and just play a little bit," that's absolutely fine. Anyone's welcome to do anything. But of course, then we are more aware this person's here to do the business. We're going to, you know what I mean? Like it is a commitment. Absolutely. So just be aware of that. I'm the same as you, exactly the same, Stephen. Go, Peter.
Look, I'm busy, so I see flashes up on my email again on SAGA. 100%. It's about.
You're breaking up a bit on my end, Peter. Not hearing you very well. Can anyone else understand?
Yeah, we can't hear you. No.
Yeah, sorry, Peter. Try again.
Okay, so I guess I want to know is that actual app you install?
No.
Yeah, so it's not an app, it's a website, but you can put it on your home screen. So all of this stuff, now people are asking questions about when you're in SAGA. So all of this stuff's actually answered in SAGA. So if you already signed up or you're signing up right now, you actually go through the onboarding process and the foundational process, and you go through all of that, you will have all of these questions answered. And this is why it's going to give you freedom, because now you're not answering 50 million questions, the same questions each and every day from your new team members. It's all here. So if people are asking me, "Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that?" And I know that it's in the first 1 and 2 areas of SAGA, I'm like, go back and do SAGA, then ask me the question. Go back and do the SAGA and then ask me the question, So really easy. Instead of saying it's in the guides, which is a little bit confusing for people, we'll say it's right here in SAGA. Okay?
Yeah, that's really excellent. I was actually doing that with my fiance, and it would be nice, something really so that you can just have a one-stop, and it sounds good to me.
It's a one-stop shop. I sort of understood you. I'm starting to learn all different languages because your voice is in and out, but I understood it. Yes, it's a one-stop shop. It is a one-stop shop, and it is improving and expanding with us as well. So awesome. It works on the PC, it works on the phone, it works on the MacBook or whatever else, and the iPad and everything else. SAGA, it has a tracking system, it has everything there. All right, guys, what we'll do though is we're going to value your time and our time, and we'll finish up here because the next 4 trainings are going to be all of these questions answered. My suggestion to you, download it, check it out. Even if you check it out for the next 24 hours for free and then make a decision, you can actually, I think that Jennifer went through and Jennifer Lynn went through and did all of that first part, in 1 day. She just did it all. And just because we wanted feedback, and she did it all in 1 day. So you can actually go through that part all in 1 day. You can have a look and see how simple it's going to be for your new people coming in, and then make a decision. Make a decision for yourself, right?
And to reiterate and be very clear, there's some parts that really aren't done yet. For example, the landing /info pages are not complete, and that's actually a pretty important part of the system. So currently I just have a note in a certain part of the training, "Hey, this landing pages aren't complete, but do this instead." So
yeah, that'll be complete very soon. We're in the process of doing that.
And we have some more stuff to do in terms of social media training and fine tuning on that. That's not complete yet either. but the basics are there to start getting everything and looking at it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And can it be an option for Vidify sign up? Absolutely. As soon as you sign someone up, you give them the link to SAGA. That's the option. Nice and easy. Just like you say, this is when we have our regional convention. If you're serious about your business, you sign up for regional convention. If you're serious about your business, you sign up for SAGA. So it'll be part of the onboarding process as you welcome new people in.
Yeah, I think
and
it's important to
so the
remember.
SAGA landing pages are created in Vidify for us for Vidify business. You do not have the ability to go create your own info landing pages. So
Yeah. Okay. Kimberly, you can Google up what it costs from USD to Australian dollars, because I don't know off the top of my head. Check out what it is. Or use ChatGPT, it's pretty good for that. So yeah, it's definitely a mindset shift, but it's going to be next level, guys, especially as you start to build your team on it as well. All right. Any
Just
other
something
questions?
based on what Stephen said when he said with the SAGA that you can't create your own landing pages. You can do that with boards. So anyone that wants to make their own.
Yeah, that's not for this.
landing
That's Rebecca. That's probably not for this call, honey.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the landing pages and everything will already be available in there, and you just send out the link. Okay, and then people can just go through that process. But again, that will be it's called info pages at the moment, so people
Yeah.
won't get confused with that.
So here's the big thing to understand. Always the struggle in network marketing, and always the struggle that I see in people in business going from a decent sized business to really abundant, huge business, is to resist the desire to make it a little bit more complicated because you want it just a little bit better. All right. Whether it's, oh, I want to explain it personally to someone versus sending them a video, or, well, it should be this way, so I'm going to tweak it. Okay. And when you do that, when your urge is like you can't handle it not being perfect, so you'll move away from a system, that's what will kill your business. And you will never have a thriving business that will run on its own. So you kind of have to realize that and deal with that emotion and that desire to always tweak it versus a desire to make it simpler and simpler. So
Yes, 70% perfect is exactly where you need to be. You'll never be 100% perfect. And if you're aiming for that, don't get into business, guys, because I can guarantee you'll have a mental breakdown. You don't need to be perfect at everything. It's actually much better to just keep moving forward. So you guys are going to see that happening in the next few months with SAGA as we start to grow and build, and as we are adding things in and Matteo and his team are adding things in. It's going to be pretty epic. Turbo Boost, yep, relaunch, whatever it may be as well. It's going to be really good to relaunch and actually have a very simplified system. Okay, guys, so is there any last minute, because again, we want to value everyone's time and make sure that if there's any other questions, put it in the chats, put it in the groups. We'll answer as much as we can, and we'll see you tomorrow night or early tomorrow morning if you guys want to get up with us onto the next call, and I'm sure we'll have other questions there as well. But I'm glad you guys have asked it all here, because now I know how to answer it, so thank you. Thanks very much for your time, guys. Thank you so much, Matteo. Thank you, everybody all over the world. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, all the leaders, for jumping on and for really understanding and grasping onto this vision, because this is what really is going to expand your business. This is what's going to expand you as a person, and it's going to give you what we all really desire, whether we know it or not: time freedom. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So I'm super excited for that. Thank you very much, guys. And you can have a look, Karen, for 24 hours before you want to make up your mind. You can buy it for a month. You can do whatever you like. But again, that 48 hours, I don't want to say it's going to extend past that, because Matteo might get in trouble. We don't want to see him in trouble. You never know. He might be able to do it, but I don't want to say that for sure. So thanks, guys. We're going to have the recording for everyone, and appreciate you and appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.